So our next speaker is Jung-Hoon Lee. And Jung-Hoon Lee's been very active in OMA recently. He's held the position of manager in charge of mobile cloud services at the mobile device development team in SK Telecom in South Korea. In 2010, he became deputy manager in charge of machine-to-machine and convergence service at the Service R&D Center in SK Telecom. Presently, he's founding member and deputy manager in charge of machine-to-machine and SNS service at the Global Technology Research Institute in SK Telecom Planet. Jung-Hoon is the chairman of the OMA CPNS working group and the champion of CPNS version 1.0 and 1.1 work items. So welcome, Jung-Hoon, and I'll just pull up your presentation.
Thank you for a warm introduction, Kevin. Hi, good morning. My name is Jung-Hoon Lee, and I'm representing SK Telecom in OMA. And also, I'm working as a CPNS, chairman of CPNS working group. So maybe I'm not that much expert in OMA messaging standard, but the reason that I'm here is to share the experience of RCS in Korea. Launched by SK Telecom. So the main purpose is trying to share what was the issues and consideration we have had during the process of this market launch. So this presentation mainly focused on the market aspect and perspective. So this is written and made by the experts in the messaging technology, and also with the people who actively participated in the launch of the RCS into the Korean market. So this is brief introduction about our launching, and we're gonna have to launch this RCS service in third quarter of this year with joint brand. And you can see the two mobile phone for the flagships, and first one from LGE is called Optimus, and the second one is Galaxy S3 from Samsung. And for these two mobile phones, we embedded the RCS features in here, and also we'll plan to provide the downloadable RCS application for Android and iOS in the Google Store and App Store. And also we have we're going to provide the solution for PC client and tablet PC client, so that the people who are using PC and tablet also can enjoy the RCS service. And there's two store which are familiar to you, Google Play and iOS App Store, but we also have our own store which is called T-Store. So we also think that this T-Store will help us to distribute this RCS service and application based on RCS. So we have this kind of plan that our T-Store will try to help the launch of RCS. And I'd like to introduce the basic features of SK Telecom RCS in this table. And I think you are kind of aware of kind of the features of RCS. So basically, I want to mention that there's an enriched call and enriched messaging and enhanced phone book, so that, so all the features are explained in many places regarding RCS, so you can understand what it means. So actually, we will launch these three features as a basic feature, and also we're trying to implement RCS-E. But in addition to those three, we have two additional features for SK Telecom RCS, and this is mainly came from the idea that we need to have some competitive and differentiated feature compared to over-the-top messaging services. Because in Korea, people are using a lot of over-the-top messaging services to make a communication with their friends and people. So, and if you see the picture, there is pictures for each people. So people can express their feelings or appearance or hobbies or interests with the profile features in the left. And also there is status messages saying that I'm trying to, we can change the status message, like if you can change in the small introduction in your Microsoft Messenger or other messengers. So trying to express that I'm feeling good or I'm in New York, like that. And the present status, you can change your present, status of presence. I'm busy and I'm sleeping or I'm doing the calls. So those kind of things are added into the basic features that I explained. And also, if you see the right side, there is another additional feature which we call mobile gift. And this is kind of cooperation with Starbucks, for example. So Starbucks and SK Telecom provide some gift voucher with a little bit discounted price, so that I can send a Starbucks gift voucher to my friend if today is his birthday, for example. So that if he got my message and gift, and he can buy a Starbucks Frappuccino with this voucher, and the price will be charged to me. And also, I'm trying to socialize RCS as much as possible. We're trying to support a lot of things, and I explained the iOS and Android, but also we're trying to give connection to the feature phones, because SK Telecom has mobile IM. We have launched and we successfully maintain that. So we're trying to also include those users into the domain of SK Telecom RCS. And during this, the procedure of launch, we found that we need to think of something, some issues, not issues, but we need to do some considerations that which will be necessary for the successful launch and successful development of RCS in the market. So I'd like to share that, what were they, and well, I hope that it will be fruitful for you to hear what we thought and well, how could we try to solve. So the first one is the first issue we can say is there's a lot of over-the-top messaging services. Especially in Korea, we can say like 3 or 4 messaging services are really popular. So people are moved from SMS or MMS to this OTT messaging services. And we found that the reason for this, the increasing of messaging services in over-the-top area was they can provide some more value to users compared to SMS or MMS. For example, it is very easy to make a group chatting, and also, for example, I explained in the previous slide that this over-the-top messaging services provided some additional features such as profile sharing, or I express my status, or I can have my photo book, and it's easily to share my photos with people. So compared to SMS, the over-the-top messaging services are more attractive than SMS to the user. So seeing the situation, we thought that we need some universal services that everyone uses. So it means it will include universal reachability, strong reliability, and communication focus. This is something, the keywords, but the point is that over-the-top messaging services will develop their services from now on, and they are doing now, so that to compete with them, we are trying to monitor them, also trying to get the features that is strongly adopted by users. And another consideration that we had in Korea was the situation of Korean market, because since 2009 it was kind of there was a dramatic increase of smartphone subscribers in Korea. So now we have 30 million here, these days. And also, you know that in Korea, several operators launched the LTE service, so that we expect that subscribers in LTE will increase as well. And the third one is kind of service aspect, but this is one application that I would say all of Korean 20s and 30s and 40s are using now. This is, we call it KakaoTalk, but this is one of messaging service based on IP, and it has some features that I explained, like profile sharing and status sharing presence, something like that. Because people were using SMS and MMS to communicate with, but this KakaoTalk came out and provided IP messaging service. At that moment, some operators provided free data package, so that for people perspective, it was easy to, it was cheap to use this KakaoTalk because SMS costs a little bit, but KakaoTalk can be used within their free data plans, so that people did to pay for sharing messages. So that was the first reason, and also there were a lot of Wi-Fi APs in Korea, so that it was easy for them to use this. So actually, so you see the number of the users in KakaoTalk is more than smartphone subscribers. It means if you have iPod or other devices, you can use this KakaoTalk as well. So anyway, that is another challenge that we can find in our Korean market. So after considering those three, we thought that in Korea there are a lot of changes here, so we have to adopt some flexible and open approaches. So this is the second thing. And for third, this is something for marketing point, about the marketing point. After visualizing the RCS technically, we found that we have to communicate those RCS as a new service to customers. But if customers see that this is something related to messaging, but this is provided by operators, and then the first idea they come up with that, oh, what's the difference with SMS, or what is this, and then what is SMS? So the kind of but the kind of situation happens from marketing point, so that we need something to explain to customer easily that this is RCS and this is different from SMS, and you can use, if you use this RCS and this is better than SMS, also it can be better than other over-the-top messaging services. So that we thought that we should figure out some differences in terms of customer experience, not in terms of technical leaders or service experts in messaging services. So we found those three issues. We summarized those three issues to share in OMA. And also, I got a recommendation from the people and the experts who are participating in this kind of process. The first one is that they think we should consider the RCS architecture that allows additional features in the future to be added with easy onto RCS basic features, because over-the-top services are very responsive to the market, and they are very easy to update, while MNOs have to take care of various RCS clients and standards. So this is suggestion from the marketing experts, saying that there can be a basic features which is standardized, and also a lot of MNOs are sharing, but also they think we have to easily add additional features which is responsive to the market, and also the situations or customer needs are different from area to area in Asia or in Europe and America, so that we need to think of how can we add easily the additional features based on location or based on services. And another recommendation that I got is kind of go-to-market strategy, and I think it's kind of common thing to you all. So we have to make sure that RCS will provide unique customer values, totally differentiated from the existing over-the-top messaging services. And this is kind of a crucial thing, and I think that this is kind of basic and trivial to the people who are trying to do some services using RCS. So the keyword can be differentiated quality of experience. So with those two recommendations, I just want to share some further considerations. So it means even SK Telecom does not find the full answer for this questions or issues. The first one is how can we handle, or how can we relate with Apple? Because you know that App Store policy restricts the in-app billing capability, so that it means if we're trying to find some revenue using this RCS or RCS related, and it means we have to use the in-app billing capability provided by App Store, so that it means we have to share our revenue with Apple. So, and also we will try to relate Apple to put RCS into new Apple devices. So this is another mission that we may think of. And also, the second one is related to what I just said, go-to-market, because we need to think of the dependencies that we may have if we're trying to update RCS from time to time, and also the manufacturer are using the standardized APIs, so that we need to care of the dependencies. And the third one is international roaming, because RCS, one of the RCS features is kind of video sharing or video conference call. So if the data speed is not sufficient for that, then there can be a problem. So the quality of service should be guaranteed in this aspect. And last two slides are just trying to explain the Korean situation. So I will briefly see. This is the KakaoTalk, and you see that their subscribers are increasing dramatically. But the interesting point is that we found that there was a decline of MMS and SMS services from 4 billion to 2.2 billion, to about like more than 40%. So we're expecting that if this kind of over-the-top services will come into the market, and if they get in easily, and also they're trying to adopt the customer needs, then it means we'll have a trouble with MMS and SMS. Another one is mobile VoIP, and I think this is also, we have common understanding, but the problem is that this kind of popular over-the-top services are now providing the mobile VoIP. So people actually does not need to use the call service or call application residing in their mobile phone. They just get into this application, turn it on, and just starting an mVoIP service to talk with. So it means they are trying to extend their area domain, and with these two slides, I would say we have this kind of dangerous competitors that will get into operators' domain, which had not been theirs. So this is my last slide. So I hope that I kept the time, and thank you for paying attention, and thank you for listening.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Jung-hoon, for an interesting presentation. You talked about the launch of RCS in South Korea and the basic capabilities provided by RCS, but also the important special aspects that you're providing to be able to differentiate RCS from OTT. You commented that we need a universal service that everyone uses, and also that SMS has a conversational side, but also a notifying side, and it's the conversational side which is competing with over the top. And then one final thing for OMA, that we need the basic services to be delivered first to gain something in the market, and then later on add on additional nice features. So are there any questions for Jung-hoon? Okay, then I'll ask a question. Do you see in the deployment of RCS in South Korea, was there one key feature you thought was missing from the OMA capability?
You mean my personal view, or you're asking my personal
view? Your personal view.
Well, actually, honestly, I'm sorry that I didn't have that much background understanding for OMA MS. Maybe the chairman just presented here, right? Previously. Maybe he can give some example, maybe, but I don't know.
I know the OMA. Is on? Okay. I can tell about the OMA side, but I think I know less about the SKT side myself. But I believe you have a few numbers of, I don't know, I think you have, for instance, on RCS, for instance, file transfer on HTTP or some other features that are not addressed. Because we are mainly doing SIP here. Maybe some of the users are more convenient with other types of messaging and with existing protocols. But I mean, I think this needs a bit more study on that.
Okay, thank you. So thanks very much again.
Thank you.
Jung-Hoon.
Thank you.